Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So we had some major stuff come out of the June 20th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, and we'll start with some King and Queen updates. We know now that Asuka is moving on to the finals, and she will either face Roxanne or Jade Cargill. My vote, my hope actually, is that she faces Roxanne, just because I think Roxanne versus Asuka will be an absolutely incredible match. But I'm leaning towards Jade Cargill getting that win and it being Jade versus Asuka in the final, and then Asuka winning the Queen of the Ring to go on to face Io Sky at SummerSlam, which would be absolutely incredible. I mean, I really need Io Sky to actually defend her title. I don't think she's defended it since she won at WrestleMania. She needs a good challenger. She needs a good match so that she can put a stamp on her championship reign. And I think Asuka coming back into this tournament, returning one of the best female wrestlers, one of the best wrestlers WWE has ever seen. Asuka will win the Queen of the Ring, and she will face Io Sky at SummerSlam with some really good showings by Roxanne and Jade Cargill, and of course Alexa Bliss and all those things. But I think that's what's going to happen on the Queen side. Now we move on to the King side. We know that Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn in an incredible match, really good match. Randy Orton hints on Friday Night SmackDown that Sami Zayn is going to win a world championship. Randy Orton doesn't say that if he doesn't mean it. There's no way. He doesn't have to say anything. His scripts and his promos aren't written down. He doesn't have to say anything. He says what he wants to say, and him saying that Sami Zayn will be a world champion is very interesting. I do think at this point in time, we're very far out from WrestleMania 42, but I do think it's going to be Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins for the World Championship, and Sami Zayn is going to beat Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42. I don't know how he's going to get there. Maybe Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble in 2026. That would be incredible, but I think we're leading in that direction. I don't know who's going to be the WWE Undisputed Champion at that time, but I believe Seth Rollins at some point will maybe cash in against Gunther, potentially, and then this whole feud is going to keep extending, and eventually it's going to come to a head with Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 42. And so we know Randy Orton is moving on to the final. Who's it going to be against? We have Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes, so that we get this matchup of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We get this matchup of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, which will be absolutely incredible. And then we could have sort of a screw job finish, which could lead to a triple threat match at SummerSlam of John Cena, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes, all at SummerSlam, triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. That's if John Cena wins and beats CM Punk in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. Now, I do think John Cena is going to win. I don't think it's CM Punk's time to win the WWE Undisputed Championship, especially in a place like Saudi Arabia, but it could actually happen. But if we're really thinking this needs to go to a finish, we need to have a king, I do think it's going to be Cody Rhodes who wins the King of the Ring. Randy Orton is going to lose back-to-back years, and we're going to see as this is the path for Cody Rhodes back to the WWE Undisputed Championship, where Cody Rhodes and John Cena will face at SummerSlam. But I'm also really interested in this Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins dynamic. They've been in the ring twice now, and Seth Rollins has refused to hit him. We know there's going to be a fourth member or a fifth member of Seth Rollins and company. Will it be Cody Rhodes? That is the question we're looking to answer, and we know what's happening now in these King and Queen tournaments. I think Cody Rhodes is going to win the King tournament, and I think Asuka is going to win the Queen tournament. Now we move on to something very special. The last 6 minutes and 9 seconds, I believe, of the June 20th edition of Friday Night SmackDown were incredible, and they will cement this heel run for John Cena. Again, I've said this many times, but up to this point, until June, it's been very, very stale, and it's felt forced. But we know John Cena is one of the best, if not the best, on the mic ever, when he is motivated, and he's spitting, and he's just flowing like he knows how to do. One of the best to ever do it on the mic. That's what makes him the GOAT. And I feel like up to this point, his heel run has been a little flat. But you introduce CM Punk into the mix, and everything got elevated. Now, I'm not a big fan of CM Punk. I think he's a bit of a fraud, but he does come with some heavy hitters on the microphone. And I believe it's elevated John Cena in this moment. So we have about 14 years ago, we had the CM Punk pipe bomb. This is one of the most famous, infamous, whatever you want to call, promos in WWE history. John Cena is laying in the ring on a table for however long CM Punk talks, and CM Punk is sitting cross-legged Indian style on the ramp, and he's just going off. He's talking real stuff. He's breaking the fourth wall. He's doing all these sorts of things in his pipe bomb 14 years ago. And then eventually he leaves WWE, talks shit about WWE, goes to AEW, and now he's back in WWE doing something he said he would never do, which is go wrestle in Saudi Arabia for quote unquote blood money. And so then on the June 20th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, John Cena hits CM Punk twice with a title belt, attitude adjustment through the table, and has him sit in that exact position on the table like he did 14 years ago, sits on top of the turnbuckle and drops his own pipe bomb. And this is where John Cena is at his very, very best. Talking shit, talking truth, talking smack, going at someone, and just delivering the absolute heat and message that we need to carry this match into Saudi Arabia, where I believe he's going to then retain his WWE Undisputed Championship. But this is what is going to cement this entire heel run. When people talk about John Cena's farewell tour in 2025, they're going to say, wow, that pipe bomb was incredible. And yes, 6 months in, because we still have 6 months more to go, or a little less because we're about more than halfway through June. So we'll say 5.5 months left of John Cena's farewell tour. They're going to always remember that pipe bomb on the June 20th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. And it's going to be amazing, and it was amazing. And I'm really glad that John Cena did it. He broke the fourth wall. He did all these hand-waving gestures. He talked about the 5, promo microphone things of doom, and just all of these things that are very important, and then really, really jabbed and chipped away at CM Punk, which I couldn't be more happy about because it exposed him as a fraud, but also makes people like CM Punk even more, makes people want to boo John Cena or even just watch John Cena. The whole thing was incredible. It was the best thing that John Cena's done in years, and definitely the best thing that's happened in his farewell tour in 2025. So we loved the last 6 minutes and 9 seconds of Friday Night SmackDown to culminate what I thought was a really, really good Friday Night SmackDown, which elevated a bunch of different things. I mean, you saw an Aleister Black, Ron Killings type of thing. You saw Jacob Fatu and Solo. You saw this weird thing between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I mean, things are picking up. Storylines are being developed, but the most important things happening are the King and Queen tournaments and John Cena's pipe bomb delivered to CM Punk 14 years after CM Punk delivered his directly in the same position that John Cena was in on the table. So I loved it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. And then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.